Well, as we report every day from a Fatwa in Kashmir to some obscure groups in Tamil Nadu opposing Kamal Hassan's film to now the VHP having a problem with an art exhibition, we're looking at how much the media is responsible for feeding the frenzy. Are we doing our job? Or are we encouraging the fringe? That is our second question tonight. And joining us on the panel here is N. Ram, the former editor of The Hindu, who joins us tonight from Chennai. We have Andrew Buncombe, the South Asia correspondent of The Independent. We have Mr. N.K. Singh, the General Secretary of the Broadcast Editors Association. And Mr. Kamal Farooqi continues to stay with us. Mr. N. Ram, let me take that question to you first. When you look at the coverage of all these issues in the last few weeks, do you think the media is doing a good job? Or do you think that we're giving too much publicity to these groups?
Maybe it's absolutely clear the media has done extremely well in raising these issues and championing free speech. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Now, people confuse the activity of fringe groups with something that has no impact. Fringe groups are fringe groups. They have no legitimacy in a larger sense, but they could create trouble. And hats off to the media, both the print media and in particular television, news television, including your channel. I heard, I was a part of a program the other day. I think it was full-throated and it was excellent. The media took up the issue of free speech without obfuscation, without any confusion. So why blame the media for this?
Andrew, when you look at the Indian media scene, do you agree? When you see in a television debate in particular, a radical on whichever religion it may be, do you think that we're just giving oxygen to those kind of radical views, or that it is our job to project all points of view, no matter how small or in minority they may be?
Well, I think my point would be one that applies globally, is that we have to be very careful, because traditionally the media has been used and owned by the powerful, by corporations or governments, to project their interests. So I think one of the great changes over the last 20 years has been the democratization of the media. I think it's great that Adivasis get their voices heard. I think it's great that farmers struggling get their voices heard, rather than just so-called mainstream figures such as political party spokespeople. So I think that's good. At the same time, I do think one requires judgment. There was one very good example this morning in the papers here in Delhi. There was an art exhibition of some nude drawings, and the VHP, sort of right-wing Hindu organisation, Women's League, were protesting about this, and they shut the exhibition for half an hour. So these women weren't obliged to take part. I say they just didn't want anyone to go to it. Now, one of the newspapers I saw put this away on the inside, a small piece, whereas another newspaper put it smack bang on the front page, perhaps the biggest. And I thought that was kind of perhaps overplaying the importance of that story, perhaps giving too much publicity to this protest. Again, I think it's something, judgments are going to have to be made by senior editorial officials all the way. But no, the danger is you don't want to silence everyone either. So finding the balance.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.